Klba.
Yeah.
There it is. That sounds good to me. Here we go. The gates are opening, and we do have a Jungle Cleave versus a Turbo. Right away, the Turbo's going to jump onto Tåzjr Jr. Looks like he's going to be the target of choice, but I saw this Turbo yesterday, and they really do like to change their targets up to whatever they can hit. And it looks like they're jumping onto the Restoration Shaman. The triple Shockwave coming out from Blizo. That's going to be a lot of damage on Nanayo so far. That Stampeding Roar comes out. Is it going to be enough? He's just holding on to as many cooldowns as he possibly can. The Ascendant's coming out. War Mastery. He's going to top himself off for now. But now, the Turbo, they're kind of overextended a bit, and they're going, and now the jungle is jumping on to the Restoration Druid. Barkskin coming out for Klba. This is Incarnation coming out from the Feral Druid as well. Another triple Shockwave coming out from Blizz. Those are key. And then the triple Fear on top of that. The cross CC coming out from this Turbo is very, very good. But Klba's not out of the water just yet.
Yeah, and that was all the offensive cooldowns from Taz as well as Duduferalul, and Klba really didn't have to use that much except Barkskin and his Heart of the Wild. And right now it looks like Klba's actually having a little bit of trouble topping off his team, but he is going to have those off heals from Zepile on the Enhancement Shaman. Yui still being the target of choice. Lockbete and Blizz just sitting on his back, relentlessly attacking him over and over. But Klba's still in a little bit of trouble. He has no Barskin and no Ironbark available. Still has a Trinket to get out of stuns, but he's just getting trained down by this jungle. Both healers just getting trained over and over. Finally, Klba's able to top himself off. The Spirit Link comes out of Naui, and both teams have finally stabilized, but it looks like the healers are the target of choice.
Yeah, the healers definitely are the target of choice. The Restoration Shaman on Old School Player of the Month Jungle has a Link and Trinket left. Klba has his Barkskin available now and his Trinket as well. But I'm not sure. Oh, the Shaman's dipping low. He's at 30% health here. This jungle is just getting non-stop, or I'm sorry, this Turbo is just getting non-stop pressure on him. And it's going to be really hard to juke this double melee. But the Restoration Shaman, the Druid actually is dipping down so low. He was in kill shot range. There's the stun coming out as well. Rallying Cry, Ironbark, Barkskin being used. That's just about everything, including his Trinket. NS is coming back up in 17 seconds, but will he make it that long? He's just trying to get out of line of sight of this Hunter, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think he's going to go down here very, very shortly. The Displacer comes out. He's at 20% health here. He's just going to go down as this jungle reconnects once again. And the triple Fear coming out, but I don't think it's going to be enough. But that is the last Spirit Link used. Maybe this Turbo can turn it around and get a kill on this Restoration Shaman. I don't know. This jungle's doing a really good job peeling for him, though. But he does only have 1% mana. Nope, they're not going to play it out. They're just going to go ahead and leave. And the very first win of this best of 3 is going to go to Old School Flavor of the Month Jungle.
Yep. I actually believe that Hunter Taz was playing Survival that game. That match.
Oh, really? So he didn't have kill shot. They didn't really have like an execute.
Yeah, I think he was playing Survival, but that leaves him with a lot of CC for both the Zepai as well as the Warrior. And I apologize if I get the names wrong. I don't know who's who.
Yeah, so...
I don't know who has an alias and who has the real name.
That's going to be my job this week, Ven, is to go through all of the EU competing players and make the nicknames so they're all familiar names. Here we go. The next map is going to be on Ruins of Lordaeron, chosen by Team We Will Win Baba. Alright, here we go. I'll see you guys in the next map. I can get this changed for you guys. Maybe I can do this on the go. Maybe not. Let's see.
We'll have to see if they can do anything different this game. But I think that strategy is going to work out really well for Dudu as well as Taz. I'm training down. I think that's a Looney on the Resto Druid. I don't know. I'm just going to call him Klba for now. But he, at the end of that game, he was having a really hard time healing himself off. He was getting spam purged out by Taz as well as Naui, so just no hots were up on him. And then he ended up dying. He just couldn't top himself off. Yeah. We'll have to see what they do this game.
Yeah, this is now Ruins of Orderon, so who knows? But this jungle's going to jump right on, or I'm sorry, the Turbo's going to jump right onto the Restoration Shaman, already dipping down to 40% health here. The Reckless's Bladestorm coming out from Blizo. He wants to connect to this Shaman. Roar Sacrifice coming out on Tåzjr. Klba also is the kill choice for the jungle as well. They're just training each other's healer, but Blizo, he's dipping down relatively low, but he's going to go into that full trap / cyclone overlap. But now Nayu, he's okay for now, and he's just spamming that purge out, trying to get offensive on this Restoration Druid. Klba's dipping down to about half health here. He's going to displace away. He's got Iron Bark available on him, but this Feral Druid's going to jump right on him. He has Incarnation up as well. It's going to be going on for a little bit longer, but it's going to fade eventually, and now the Restoration Shaman's on the back foot at 50% health here as this Turbo's going to reconnect once again.
And part of the problem is Klba getting trained down has to be in bear form so much, so it's hard for him to always get out the dispels he wants when he wants them. And he's just going to still be trained down. The full bash on the Klba. He has no Barskin to answer this. There's going to be big troublesome heals coming out from Zippai onto him. Enhancement Shaman provides a lot of off-healing. Naui is still the target of choice for Zippai as well as Blizo. The full trap on the Blizo. Klba not going to be able to dispel that. He is in bear form. The crows coming out from Taz. It's going to be a lot of damage on the Klba. He is saving that Barskin while he is in bear form. Iron Bark is about to be up as well. He has NS in 13 seconds, but out comes the Barskin. And he just has... He's finally able to get full hots on himself. They're not able to really dispel it out. No, he's taking a lot of pressure right now. The full hex on Tåzjr. No, he's down to 20% HP, almost in that execute range. The first Spirit Link coming out. He has one more available. He has no trinket though. And if we look, the crows are coming up for Taz in around 30 seconds. Klba still has his Iron Bark to answer that. Barskin will be up, and it looks like he's going to use that Iron Bark right now, as he's having a hard time topping himself off into the bash. He only has one rejuve on himself. Finally, catching a huge NS Naui down to 23%. This could be a second Spirit Link. He could just die. He's in execute range. Finally gets a Spirit Link off down to 3% HP. But Klba taking a lot of pressure. The full trap onto Zippai. Blizo being caught into that cyclone, and both Blizo and Zippai deciding to use their trinkets there to keep the pressure on Naui, so they can't just spam dispel Klba. But right now, Klba has no hots on himself. He's tanky and bear form at 30% HP. He has no Barskin, no Iron Bark. The crow's coming out. This could be his life. Finally, Barskin comes out. The rallying cry comes out from Blizo. Is caught into a full trap. Both healers just hovering around 30% HP. Klba displacing away, finally able to get away a little bit, but the Survival Hunter Tåzjr is just on his back, spamming out those regrowths, and now Naui's in a lot of trouble. He's almost going forward. This isn't even close to dampening, and almost both healers are
Yeah, both healers have nothing left in the tank. Iron Bark coming up for Klba now, and Nature's Swiftness, but the Shaman's just going to go down. He was left alone with that warrior with Recklessness up, and that's all she wrote. And the healer race is going to go to Old School Flavor of the Month Jungle. Or, I'm sorry, it's going to go to We Will Win, Bye Bye, and it's going to tie up the series 1-1, and the next map is going to determine who's going to... Who's going to the loser's bracket, or who's advancing? Here we go, boys. Let's see here. Alright. That was an intense series, man. Take a look.
Yeah, it was. Both healers are just under such an immense amount of pressure. They're both having to heal very inefficiently. And, I mean, it's rare to see healers go in World of Warcraft, especially before dampening even kicks in.
Yeah. That might have worked. Okay. So let's see what. All right, they're going to go ahead and choose Tiger's Peak. Here we go, guys. Jumping into the last match of this best of 3. Hey, look, I changed his name to Zippai. That's cool. I was just testing the new nickname.
Now I'm going to be really confused because
Oh, yeah.
different than yours, so I'm going to be calling him something he's...
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. I was testing the new interface that Vadrak added. He added an interface so you can actually change the characters' names to whatever you want, and so I'm going to be going through and changing these players' names into things that we would be more familiar with, for example, Zeepai, so in the future. But for now, I'm just confusing Ben.
Yep.
I don't know. Any predictions? This is a turbo versus jungle. So far, they've just gone with both teams going with the strategy of training the healer and seeing who gets the better exchange. I feel like on a map like this, we might not have. I feel like the Restoration Shaman might not have as good a time, or as bad a time as he did on Runes of Lordaeron. But we're gonna see here in just 1 minute.
I'm surprised they actually picked this map because it seems to me that it's going to be easier for Klba to actually kite away. Looks like they're going to open up on a Blizo right away. That was going to pop that in Rage Regeneration. The Recklessness already coming out. They want to have a very aggressive opener onto Naui right away. Lockbete getting CC'd a little bit by Tåzjr. That's the power of that Survival Hunter, and that's part of the reason he's running it. It's one of the better Hunter specs to actually CC that double melee, but the Crows coming out onto Klba from Tåzjr. Duduferalul still has his Incarnation available. He might be waiting until Klba uses his Barkskin to pop that out, but he is caught into the full clone by Klba, the full trap onto Blizo. Klba gets locked on that clone, so he's not going to be able to dispel that trap, and now he's caught into the full bash. The Incarnation coming out. Klba is in bear form, deciding to use that Barkskin as well. The Shockwave coming out from Blizo, though. And Klba's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He has no hots. He's just sitting in bear, trying to tank this damage down to 30% HP. The Iron Bar coming out as well. Barskin's going to fade, and he could just die. Explodes. And that's the power of that Feral Druid Incarnation.
I feel like that team knew something that I didn't, because looking at this map, I'm like, oh yeah, the Resto Druid has lots of places to go and hide versus Runes of Lordaeron, but he didn't. There it is. Alright, so Old School Flavor of the Jungle is going to advance once again. There it is. Up next. Is it available?